What it is. Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm glad that y'all keeping in touch. In touch. Pumped up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Y'all know I can't sing, but I can hit you with a few raps. But anyway, I'm coming in on this Memorial Day 2021. To be honest with y'all, I don't even really do holidays like that anymore. But it is Memorial Day. If you check the calendar, so that's what it is. And I got up, I smelled my dad out there in the backyard, grilling up something, and I'm here, slept in a little late. It was running a little late with editing. I'm juggling three channels right now. I'm juggling three channels. And what I notice with these channels is people come through with the hate quick. It's like you do something and da da da, here they are with the hate. But people don't come through with the love just as fast. They don't come through with love as quick as they come through with hate. Now I got a person that as soon as I upload a video, they immediately dislike it. And I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even have support come through that quickly. Like, even though I know I got some supporters out there, they don't even watch my content as fast as the hate, the hate comes. You know what I'm saying? But, I talked to Marcello about it, and he was like, good. Because, just, he quoted Cat Williams. He said, you ain't nobody until somebody hates you. Once you got a hater, then you somebody. But anyway, that person did leave a few comments saying that after 5 years, I'm not monetized, and this is clearly why. So before I get into my Memorial Day discussion, I'm going to address that really quickly. I usually don't even address hate. I ignore it. I put it, to the back burner. I am a graphic designer though, and I was a rapper. So I do receive constructive criticism because constructive criticism will make you grow. It will make you grow. But with that being said, you can tell anybody anything, but it's the way that you tell them. And the thing is, I've never confessed to be the greatest YouTuber alive. Never confessed that. YouTube is a process and it's much difficult than others realize. It's very time consuming a lot of people don't get results on YouTube because they literally just record and upload. They record whatever the heck they want to and upload. They don't take the time to research. They don't take the time to put in keywords, to fill out description boxes, to make thumbnails. They don't take the time to edit, to clip out certain fluff. They don't do all of those things. So the thing is, I was on YouTube for 7 years. This page is about 7 years old, not 5. It's about 7 years old. And when I started it, I literally was doing what I just told you, recording a rap and throwing it up and expecting it to soar. Well, it doesn't. YouTube doesn't work that way. You work for YouTube. YouTube does not work for you. It doesn't just pick up somebody and decide to show their video. You work for YouTube. Once you get the algorithm going, YouTube then will work for you because you're bringing in people to be on the platform. So that's how YouTube works. So you can't judge how good or how bad a channel is by how much support it gets. Because number one, there's an algorithm. And the algorithm doesn't just pick everybody up. So when the algorithm does, and a good way to hook the algorithm is to be consistent, to stay in a certain niche, which my niche is justice and prison wife life. Just about everything that I'm going to put on this channel is related to that, and mostly that. I do include other stuff because I am an artist, but I have a separate channel for that, for art. And I am a legally blind artist, which is amazing, but I have a second channel for that. Um, so I this channel is for justice and for prison wife life. So that's most of what you're gonna find on here. And back when my channel started 7 years ago, I was a rapper. I was promoting my rap career, but my rap career does go back to my husband as well. I was trying to be a one hit wonder to get up enough money to get him an appeal. That was my only sole reason for starting to rap. And I thought that getting his story out through music would be the fastest way to get his story into the media. That was my sole purpose. Within that, I discovered that I was a really good rapper. But let me tell you, I didn't start out that way. I worked at it, and I worked at it daily. Every night, I wrote about 4 or 5 songs. And just as I have a degree in graphic design, but I did not just start out on the level that I'm on. I started out horrible. And I'm the first one that's going to tell you I started out horribly. But anything I start, I work at it with my whole heart. And I get better. 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 So towards the end of my rap career, couldn't too many people touch me, but that's because I work at it daily. Now with YouTube, I was not a YouTuber. I was a rapper that threw up a YouTube video of me rapping quick. If you go all the way to the beginning of my channel, which I have over 100 something videos, if you go back to that, you'll see it's mostly my freestyles. That was my sole purpose of being on there. I had no other purpose. I wasn't a YouTuber. I was not trying to get monetized. I was not. It's just when you're a rapper, people automatically want to hear your music. Oh, do you have your music online? That's the first question you're going to get. Oh, yes, I do. Go check out my YouTube channel. That's the sole purpose of my YouTube. I so happened to mention me being legally blind one day. It was just a quick rant after a visitation, and my contacts were hurting me. And while I was in visitation, because they don't let certain things come in and out the facility during visitation, I would have to keep my hard contacts in for, it was like a 6 to 7 hour visitation. And I would have to leave them in, or else I go into visitation and I can't really see his face. I can't see the vending machines. I can't see other people. And you know it's a problem if you're running into people inside. So and plus you need to be seeing what's going on around you. So I would force these contacts to stay in. So I literally had just got from visitation, and I was showing everyone how, difficult it is with these contacts. Lo and behold, I believe I got off of YouTube possibly 2015, maybe the last time you see 2014, possibly would be the last time that you've seen just a freestyle video from me. So at that point, the rap wasn't taking off, and it wasn't because I wasn't quote unquote good. It was because I wouldn't bend my standards, and because I wouldn't do the certain things that is necessary for a female rapper to get into the industry. And I will do another video about that. There are certain things. There is this box as a female artist you have to fit in, or your career does not move. And that's just how it is. And I did not want to be in that box because I had a message, and that message would conflict with me popping stuff all over the stage or talking nasty on the track. That doesn't coincide with what my actual goal is. So I couldn't do that. I'll wear a little bodysuit because I had a body, but I'm not going to go, taking everything off, because that's not my purpose. That is not my purpose. So around 15, If you know me any, I am going to, every single dream in my life I have followed. That is one thing you cannot say. I ain't never just talked about stuff and never did it. Never no action. I have tried every single dream that I have ever in my life wanted. And I suggest that you do the same. If you're listening to me and you have a dream, don't put your dream off no longer. Start today. Sometimes dreams take longer to achieve. So, to have the most time that you can at fulfilling your dreams, start it today. If you quit your dream because it is very hard, start it back. Start back. And I know how hard it is to continually follow a dream if you don't see action coming behind it. I do that daily. I follow a dream that I don't see a lot of action, not for all the work I put in. I don't see all the payback for it. But I continue to follow that dream because that is my dream. And if I don't follow my dreams, whose fault is that? It's my fault at the end of the day. So if you have a dream, go after your dream. And it's always going to be a naysayer. There's always a naysayer, no matter how good or how bad you are. But, anyways, I recorded that video about my contacts hurting the heck out of me. I had just come from visitation and had to force to keep them in that long. Lo and behold, I did not stay on YouTube after that point. I said, well, the pot ain't boiling. So let me go ahead and, jump to the next stage. So guess what I did? I enrolled in college at the age of 30, what was it, 35. I was 34 when I enrolled in college. And that year later, in the middle of the year, I turned 36. So YouTube wasn't working. I went to college. That is why my page, I went to college because I was a single mother and still had to work a full-time job. I couldn't go to college full time, so it took me longer to go to college. So it took me 5 years to complete a 3.5 year degree. It took that long, and I'm proud of that. So I started the YouTube pre all of that. I seen it was the pot one boiling. I went to college. I'm gonna further my art. I'm gonna try to do something with this art. I'm gonna try to do something. So I didn't return back to YouTube. I didn't even log into YouTube. I stayed on YouTube watching tutorials about Photoshop and how to do this and how to do that, Illustrator, how to just tutorials helping me through school. And I watched Joel Osteen all the time. So that those were the only reason I really went on YouTube. But never did I ever sign into my channel. Never signed in. So what I didn't know, the algorithm picked up my Legally Blind video. And had I been there to watch that pot boil, I would have seen, oh my gosh, I had a breakout video. And what that means, when you get a breakout video, you act on it. You put out another video with similar content on the same subject. And that's how you find your niche. That was my niche. And that is what picked up and soared. But because I wasn't on YouTube, I never responded to those comments. I never acted on that traction. I never put out another Legally Blind video. I never did anything further because I was in college and I was trying to pass courses and I was trying to get my daughter a scholarship, helping her with her college life so that her path in life is more straighter than mine. It won't never be straight, but it could be straighter than mine was. I can make it easier for her. So I was worrying about getting her to scholarship nights, getting her back and forth to different every event that she had, because she had every accolade you can think of. I was also trying to get her to what is it? Volunteering, because she had to have a certain amount. She had to have a certain amount of volunteer hours, and she wasn't old enough sometimes to volunteer by herself. I had to volunteer with her. I was in school myself, but I had to stay on her counselors who really didn't give two whoops about my child. So I was doing a lot. Not to mention my mother had passed, and I had became basically that person that, instead of people being able to go to mom, I have several little sisters and I take care of a lot of people under me. I pull them under my wing and I support them, help them. I have a disabled sister that I help and take care of daily. And I was doing all of that. That's what I was doing. I wasn't doing YouTube. I wasn't on YouTube. And lo and behold, when the shutdown happened, I returned back to my YouTube because I said I'm gonna try my dream one more time. And when I returned back to YouTube, I found out about TubeBuddy. I knew nothing about TubeBuddy. See, a lot of times you're hindered because of lack of knowledge, but we can't know everything. But the thing is, if it's something you don't know, you can learn it. You can learn it. If I can learn it, you can learn it. So I was watching videos on how to actually do YouTube correctly. Correctly. And I found one person, because most people don't tell you this. I found one person that said, well, you should try TubeBuddy. I downloaded that TubeBuddy plugin. I see my analytics. And I'm looking at my videos and I'm like, I don't have no more than about 20, 30 views. But I'm looking at my total view count and it's saying I have so many K views. And I'm like, that don't even add up. That's some system error. On the TubeBuddy app, you could scroll down and see each video individually. And I so happened to pass this legally blind video. And guess what? That thing has so many views. I had my time and my shot with the algorithm and I missed it. So I'm like, dang, like had I knew that, I could have just did that, but then it probably would have detoured me from going back to college. But what I did, instead of, crying over spilled milk, I got back on YouTube and I started studying and I'm enrolled in courses. And even in them courses, they tell you this is hard. YouTube is hard, especially now. It was much easier before, but now, since the shutdown, it has multiplied how many people join YouTube daily and are trying to also get their channels off the ground. Also, I am doing a topic that is a high confrontational topic. Justice is not something that everybody wants to hear about. Everybody wants justice, but not everybody wants the next to obtain justice. So it's very confrontational. And I know that. And I know that is going to hinder my channel. I know that. I know that just because of the topics that I talk about, I am going to receive hate. Now, I've never claimed to be the greatest YouTuber alive. And I know with each day I get better. I know that it's very difficult dealing with all the devices constantly getting full. I know that I need to look into purchasing if I am for real about this, which I very much am. I need to look into purchasing a actual camera for YouTube and not rely on my phone. But until I get that camera, I'm going to use my phone, his phone, her phone, whoever phone I can get my hands on, and I'm going to edit these videos together. And the crazy comment the person left was, you can see why you're not monetized after 5 years. Just look what you're doing. You're taking content from bigger YouTubers and just trying to spin them off as your own. And I really do not believe that I've done that. Every YouTuber, but you know what? That's how the biggest YouTubers actually get big, by copying other big YouTubers. You know how many YouTubers are just like Sniper Wolf? Just, I swear they're just like Sniper Wolf, and they're just as big as she is as well. So people copy. Big YouTubers copy. Everybody copies. Number one, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to come into it. Yes, I am going to take inspiration from people that I have seen do it before. That would be stupid to come into YouTube and say, I'm just going to do whatever I want and I'm not going to look at the formula that makes other YouTubers successful, because there is a formula. So, of course, I'm going to do that. Every YouTuber just about does that. And every graphic designer as well. That's the first thing that I was told. Stop trying to recreate the wheel. There's a wheel that exists out there already. Find it, change a few colors, make it your own. But if I was really trying to get monetized, because that's not the biggest goal of my channel, but if I were trying to get monetized and I wanted to quickly just make it to the top of YouTube, number one, I would change the point of my channel. I would change my niche. You know how good of an artist I am? I can draw and paint almost anything. Why not just make an art channel that receives a lot of views? And I look at art channels all the time. They get a lot of views. Why not just make that? Because it goes back to why I'm on YouTube. I have a sole purpose on YouTube. Just as I didn't sell out with the music, I'm not going to sell out with YouTube and just do some fluff YouTube videos just to succeed. I have a purpose in it and I'm going to target that purpose. And that's what it is. So stay tuned. I'm going to do a separate part, because that actually became another rant, which is fine. It's okay to rant sometime, and it's okay to, just speak. That's my piece on it. Peace to you. If you know I'm doing so much wrong, thank you for your constructive criticism. I take it all into account, and just know that I work on myself daily, and I will continue to. It's your girl Cadillac. It's your girl Cadillac.